As-sabr, patience, is the peak of Iman. It is wajib for a Muslim, obligatory for a Muslim to be patient upon what Allah has decreed for him. As-sabru min al-iman bimanzilatil ra'as min al-jasad. Sabr is from Iman, like the head is a part of your body. If your sabr goes, you're nothing. Sabr is the high point of Iman. Imam Ahmed said, sabr is wajib upon everyone. Ibn Qayyim has mentioned that you can find the word sabr in 90 places of the Quran. Sabr is required in our speech and in our actions and in our hearts. Sabr is of three categories. Sabr ala ta'atillah, being patient upon the obedience of Allah, continuing to worship Allah until your soul leaves your body in ease and in hardship. Number two, sabr an ma'siyatillah, be patient abstaining from sins against Allah, and if we do fall into sin, we make tawbah and we try not to return to it. And sabr ala aqdarillah, having patience upon the decree of Allah and what has been decreed upon you. Ibn Taymiyyah said in At-Tadmuriyah, in al-insan bihajati la thalata ishya, mankind is in need of three things: fi'lu ma'mur, a command to do things; tarkul mahdhur, a command to leave things; sabru ala aqdarillah, being patient upon the decree of Allah. Why do I mention sabr now? Patience. Look at what is happening in Gaza. The Muslims must be patient. So all of these angry videos, all of these people saying all you do is pray and say do nothing and don't protest, it's because you have not understood your religion. You must have patience and obey the Quran and the Sunnah and obey Allah's command and refrain from what He commanded you not to do and do what He commanded you to do, and our manhaj. We return to the Quran and the Sunnah, Allah and His Messenger, and people in authority amongst us. Allah said, مَا أَصَابَ مِن مُصِيبَةٍ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ وَمَن يُؤْمِن بِاللَّهِ يَهْدِ قَلْبَهُ وَاللَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. No disaster strikes except by the permission of Allah, and whosoever believes in Allah, He will guide his heart, and Allah is knowing of all things. Believing in the qadr of Allah, the good and the bad, and being patient upon it is when Allah will guide your heart. Ibn Abbas said, by the command of Allah is meaning from His decree. Al-Qama says regarding this ayah, this verse means a person who is afflicted with a disaster and he knows it's from Allah and he's happy with it and he submits to that. You don't have to be happy with the difficulties that the qadr of Allah entails, but you have to rest assured and be happy with what Allah willed for you. There's a difference. Al-Maqdi is the difficulties that come with qadr. So for example, someone ends up with cancer. They are happy with the decree of Allah and they are patient that Allah has given them cancer to purify them of sins, but they are unhappy with being bedbound or being in pain and taking medication or losing their hair due to the chemotherapy. This is permissible. But to start wailing and losing hope and saying, oh, why Allah did you give me this cancer? Why did you do this to me? La, this is permissible. This is an act of kufr, and this is being unhappy with the qadr of Allah. Now I want you to think about those Muslim activists who get so angry and riled up with the ones who say make dua and do charity work and be patient upon what Allah has willed for you. And he says that we are all defeatist and you have to go crazy and do all of this stuff. And they begin to wail and they begin to get emotional and act crazy regarding the matter. It is because they lack knowledge in the religion. And really and truly, when you have the ability to learn the religion and you choose not to learn the religion and you choose to stay stubborn upon what you believe, This is very dangerous, and this is borderline, acting upon your whims and desires and being angry with the qadr of Allah, and it could even constitute minor kufr, as from the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we need to be patient. We need to stick to our religion. There's Muslims suffering all over the world, not just in Gaza. And we've been remaining patient upon that for years and years. So we must continue to be patient.